In this video, I'm reviewing the Atom Mo 50. I hadn't heard of Atom Packs until earlier this year. They are a small cottage company up in Keswick in the Lake District, one of the first here in the UK, that hand make their backpacks. The founder is Tom Gale, and he is an experienced thru-hiker, backpacker. He's a triple crowner and he knows his stuff. He's done many other trails, so he knows what a backpack needs to be. Now, I have been gifted this backpack. They contacted me earlier this year asking me if I would like to try it out, and of course I said yes. And they have asked me to do a video if I liked it, but I was under no obligation to do so. I have not been paid or sponsored to do this video. I just want to clarify that. I am doing this because I want to share this backpack with you, because if I'm being completely honest, if I'd known about this before I'd hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, I would have got this backpack sooner. I absolutely love it. I took it out on the West Highland Way with me and I have been absolutely over the moon with it, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. The Atom Mo is described as a lightweight, fully featured load hauler, purpose-built to support you on your next adventure. It's designed to suit the average thru-hiker heading out into rough and overgrown trails using modern lightweight gear, with a base weight of up to 10 kilograms or 22 pounds. Now let's get the price out of the way to start with. It starts from £265, which is $332 US. Now the Mo 50 also comes as a Mo 40 or a Mo 60, so depending on which one you get, depends on the weight. This one starts from 890 grams, which is 31.4 ounces. With this, you also have the optional hip belt pockets, which are not included in the weight. These are additional extras that you can purchase and add a little bit of extra weight, but they are totally worth it. It is designed to carry loads up to 19 kilograms, which is 42 pounds. Now the capacity of this pack is 55 litres, not including the shoulder straps or the base pocket, which I'll show you in a second. You achieve this by 45 litres in the main body, and the two side pockets each hold 2.5 litres each. Each one is forward facing, very deep, and made with 210D Robic Extrema, which is a very tough and durable fabric. Certainly not something that's going to get snagged on a tree branch as you're walking past. Each one is big enough to keep two 1 litre bottles in them nice and steady, and the shock cord and cord locks at the top can be tightened around whatever's inside those pockets, which I did use on a number of times because I have a habit of bending over taking pictures of things, so I'm needed to make sure that things didn't keep falling out. This front pocket can stretch and hold an additional 5 litres. It is made out of a very strong and durable Dyneema mesh stretchy fabric, and I loved using this to stick my puppy in when I was hiking, as well as plenty of other things such as waterproofs and additional snacks. One really cool thing I like about this bag is the bottom pocket. Now there's a really easy access pocket with a trash port, and this again is made out of the Dyneema stretch fabric that the front pocket's made out of. Under here I used to keep things like my sit pad, sometimes my waterproofs when they were wet, sometimes little snacks, anything that you want easy access to along the trail. And the little port is fantastic if you're walking along having a bar and you don't want to put it in your main pockets with the risk of littering the trail by things falling out. You literally just kind of stash it in this little hole, safe in the knowledge that it's not going to fall out and litter anywhere. Turning it around, you will see that the shoulder straps, the hip belt, as well as the lumbar is very well supported. It is extremely well cushioned and gave me absolutely no problems when carrying this pack fully loaded. You'll see on the hip belt it is 4 inches wide and is adjustable. It comes with 4 different adjusters, so all you need to do is pull them inwards towards you and you can literally get that perfect fit to make it feel as comfortable as possible. There's different hip belt sizes ranging from between 28 and 38 inches, which is like your extra small to extra large. The lumbar pad is lovely and thick. It's got a 10mm EVA foam in there and it is so comfortable, and the mesh is also more breathable. The shoulder straps are the same as the lumbar pad with that 10mm foam. The shoulder strap pockets have got to be one of my favourite things about this bag. I just love stashing them full of things when I was hiking. It gave me such easy access to things without having to faff about and get things out of the pack. They're stretchy and big enough to fit most smartphones, loads and loads of snacks like what I usually did, and even up to a 700ml water bottle. You can see this one's only 500ml, but it fits in extremely easily. When choosing your pack, you get to choose the frame length of the bag, and that ranges from small to extra large. Now inside the pack is a frame sleeve. And inside that, it's a plastic frame sheet with an ally bar, and that molds to the shape of your back. So what you can actually do is take it out and get it specifically to mold to your back before putting it back in again for a much more comfortable carry. There's also a foam back panel, and this can be removed if you wanted to save a little weight, but I'd highly recommend keeping it in because it is super comfortable. It's a top loader with a roll top closure, and it has these nifty little press studs at the top, so you can literally pop them together and it keeps everything nice and neat as you roll it down. It can also be rolled together at the top and clipped together a bit like a dry bag. On the top is a Y strap. Now this is ideal for things like your bear canisters. There's plenty of give in that to be able to put a bear canister on the top of it, or extra clothes or snowshoes, whichever you prefer. But if you're not using it, you can use it to cinch down the top of the pack to compress it down even further. There's also very strong cord on the front in a zigzag pattern, as well as the sides. Now these can be used to compress the pack even further if it's not very full, or you can use it to put things within it to keep it secure. And you can even use it as a little washing line. I have been known to hang my socks and other items of clothes off these to dry them in the wind as I walk. There is also a side elastic with a liner lock. This can be used to secure trekking poles, for example. I like to put my trekking poles in the pocket and then secure it through this and tighten it using that little closure. This would also work well if using an ice axe. So you'd put it through the loop at the bottom and then you can secure it using this lock at the side, just to make sure it doesn't go astray anywhere. Behind each shoulder strap, there is an access port for a hydration tube. This can be put on the inside of the bag, and there's even a hanging clip for the bladder so it stays in place. It has a whole loop on the back of the bag. As we all know, we use to put the bag on our backs, because none of us would ever lift it up from the shoulder here, would we, and then put it on our bags that way. No, because that would damage the shoulder strap over time, causing a weak spot, and you've invested a lot into this bag and you want to look after it. So always use your whole loop to lift this onto your back by holding it there and then lifting up and then spinning round with it, because you've got to look after your bag if you want it to look after you over the long term. You've also got the sternum strap across here, which is fully adjustable and elasticated, so you can tailor that and put it exactly where feels most comfortable for you. And of course you have the low lifters either side of the straps to make it most comfortable on your back, whether or not you want the pack further away from you or cinched in really nice and close. The material of this bag is made out of a rugged recycled fabric called EcoPack, so EPX200. Now it is a very rugged and water resistant material. The side pockets, shoulder straps and hip belt are all made out of 210D Robic Extremer, and the front pocket and bottom pocket are made out of the Dyneema mesh. The back panel is made out of 500D textured nylon. If you wanted to save a bit of weight, or you just didn't want to have the hip belt on, it is fully removable, so you do not have to have this on if you don't want to. Now, let's talk about anything that I didn't so much like about the pack. With any review, I am completely honest about anything that either I don't specifically like or I think other people might struggle with. So, the first thing is the top part here. Whenever I've had a backpack before, there's always been some kind of little zip or some compartment that's safe and secure with a zip or something like that on it, where I can put my keys, my phone, items like that. This backpack doesn't have it, and I can understand why. It's because it is classed as a light backpack. It's not got any frills or bells or whistles. That's why they've not got it there. However, it is easily rectified just by getting a hip belt pocket, which is what I've got on each side. Now that is exactly where I keep my items, like my phone and everything else that I'd normally keep in the zip. So just beware of that. It doesn't come as standard with hip belt pockets. You've only really got the major inner bit and the side pockets, and obviously the mesh sides. So any valuables, I'd recommend maybe getting a hip belt pocket. It doesn't add up that much weight to it. Other than that, it was extremely durable. I mean, like I say, I've had this over 200 miles with me. It's been on a backpacking trip, it's been on a couple of weekends camping. I struggle to find anything majorly wrong with it. I'm quite sure I've got quite a petite frame. One little problem I did have was trying to reach the water bottles out of the side pockets, as well as the underneath pocket. I struggled to get things in and out of there whilst wearing the bag. I did have to loosen my shoulders a little bit and wiggle it round a bit to get access. It's probably because I'm short and my arms are short. Everyone else I'm sure won't have any problems, but that was just one little thing to be aware of. Finally, the other thing is the bag is not classed as fully waterproof. And again, I understand if you're making something like this fully waterproof, you're going to be adding a lot of weight to it because all the seams need really waterproofing. You can get an inner lining for this bag through the company itself. They make them specifically for the backpack, so they're tailored to catch every little nook and cranny and make use of the bag itself. Or you can do what I did. I literally used a large waterproof bag that I used as a backpack liner. So that was the problem solved there. Another thing to mention is that you can buy this pack as standard. So you've got the colour option on the website of a black. Sometimes they do have other variations on there as well. Or you can choose a custom pack, which is what I did, hence all the teal. Obviously I went a little wild with the teal, but I didn't do the side panels. So you can choose to have a different colour side panels. The front, you've got your little loops, which your cords go into. The lower bit here, you can even customise the side pockets and the mesh. So have a little look on the website, there's some fantastic options available to you. And wherever you are in the world, they will ship to you. So they do have a worldwide shipping. So to summarise, it is tough, it is functional and it is incredibly comfortable. I had no problems with it on my hips or my collarbones. It is very well made and it is nice and lightweight. It is so lightweight that sometimes you forget you're wearing it. I would highly recommend this pack if you are looking for any of those criteria because it is a fantastic bag and the customer service from Atom Packs is also absolutely impeccable. I've had some great correspondence with the guys there. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If it's been useful, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out. I'm also over on Patreon if you want additional content over there. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to put them below. Of course, all the details for this will be in the description box, so check that out for further details. And I will look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Goodbye.